topic, Michelle, you've just come off the retail panel at the social media days. A lot of the stuff you said got a lot of reaction on Twitter. And you talked about how one of the reasons why you as a building society are big on social media is your CEO is really big on social media. And he walked into the company and said, guess what? We're on Twitter 18 months ago. How big was that learning curve for the company to get on board?
It was a steep learning curve. I mean, obviously I was a personal user of Twitter and Facebook. But when Andy Golding, our CEO, came in and said, I've set the account up, I want us to do it, let's go for it. We had a very steep curve in what were we going to achieve through that channel, who did we want to engage with, what would people find interesting. And also we needed to start generating a huge volume of content. We needed interesting things for people to look at on our website and make it a more dynamic place to go. So there was a process of creating blog content. So we launched Andy's blog, we launched a corporate blog. We then moved on to video content for products, and we're about to move that into Andy for sort of CEO comment as well. The reactions as well were very interesting, and learning that dynamic of conversation and how to engage people and the use of questions in our tweets as well. So it has been a steep learning curve, and we're still learning now. I don't think that's ever going to stop, but I do enjoy it, so I don't mind spending the evenings sort of looking at what's out there and what's the latest thing, really. So it's good fun.
I mean, Saffron you're a small building society in Essex, but you kind of use social media to communicate with communities and build communities. So how does that work?
Yes, we are a regional building society. We have a very traditional background, but it's one that's based on communities, and those were geographical communities. They still are today. With our Facebook presence, we work with local organisations on events they might be running. We have a van that we supply them, and we publicise their events and share that with their Facebook profiles as well. And that sort of snowballs and helps people realise that we're helping their local businesses and local organisations. And that's very important. It's also been an important place for staff as well, as they get more involved in those communities and can see what's going on as well, and they comment on it and get involved too with the events we're running.
So about 18 months worth of using social media, banks and social media, a lot of it's about customer service. Has there been any reaction from your customers that has surprised you?
Actually, it's how ready they are to embrace it. So I think a lot of financial businesses sort of sit scratching their heads thinking, oh, is this the next new thing? Should we do it? What about the compliance? What about the risk? And end up never doing anything. Meanwhile, customers are out there and are talking about what they want to save for. They're talking about mortgages, what they want out of life. And some businesses are missing out on that opportunity of engaging with them. And when you do, you get, I think the surprise is so great, you get a wonderful response. And we've had occasions where we've seen somebody talking about their interest rate, or they've been surprised by a bonus rate that's dropped, and being willing just to talk to them and say, you know, how they're best to navigate their way through the world of financial services. It's tremendously powerful and helpful. And you hope that as a result of that, you develop some brand advocacy as well.